me out here.
That's it. Go down.
Oh, he said got it.
Is it just working now?
I think we have to save it.
And then right here, come down, up. You disappeared. Right there. Okay. Is it working over there? Yeah, okay, I can see it. I can see the meat. Man, sorry about that.
Didn't hear anything we said.
Nothing. That's good. I'm glad you guys didn't hear what I said. But welcome to Sinister.
Damn it.
Man, Carlos said some of the coolest stuff, like probably the best stuff you've ever said. Nobody could hear it. I was like, man, that's the funniest thing you've ever said on here. And now nobody heard it, and it's just not worth even trying to repeat.
Like Doug peed a bit.
I peed a little bit on myself because it was so funny.
Peed a bit.
Wait, PETA like the animal or PETA like the files?
PETA like the bread.
Oh, okay, like the bread. Okay, good. That's
PETA a bit.
That drink is toasty. Oh.
I reposted Instagram because
on the Percio said he reposted because he saw the title in Portuguese. Was that the for the movie poster, the Brazilian movie poster?
Is that you?
Yeah, that's what we used for the reel today.
I always like to, whenever I post, I like to look for different ones.
Too. There's a website called Alternative Movie Posters. Just like list all these different movie posters.
Find that looking alternativelifestyles.com.
Alternative, no, that's different for a different stream. But yeah, so tonight we're talking about The Entity, 1992 classic movie.
Man, I can't believe
classic ghost story based on a true.
I can't believe it came out in 92.
I mean 82. Dang it! Why did I say
which
90?
one? 90s. And you were like 80, and I was like, what?
I don't remember. There were a couple that we've.
I was gonna say, I was like, I'm pretty.
Came out in 82.
82.
Yeah. And it was by Fury.
A woman director?
Yep. Barbara is the lead, and she is awesome. Most recently, she's been in Insidious movies. She's been in a couple of James.
That was like 10 years ago.
I said most recently.
10 years ago.
Most recently. That's been a while. But she was Insidious 1 and 2, and then like in whatever that Insidious Reborn or Insidious Taken Back
I don't like
the Streets.
any of those movies.
I thought you did like those movies.
They always start off good, just wind up flopping, man.
Do you like the Conjuring or ones, or just not the Insidious?
Wait, which one? Conjuring. The first Insidious, everybody hated it when the demon came out, and they were singing Tiptoe Up, something like that. Made it so fucking much creepier.
So you did like the Insidious?
Yeah,
ones,
I love the Insidious. It's the Conjuring. The Conjuring.
And then favorite.
That. The Conjuring. The first one was great till the end. Like, I'm like, come on, they overdo it. Like, we're gonna make her fly on the. She's a witch, so she's gonna float through the air, and look at those dumb. Like, they would have just left her ass on the floor and had her writhe around a little.
Not fly around.
Not fly around. Fucking dumb.
Well, I just
end of rant.
I just bought that on because it was.
Of course you did.
$1. $1. $1 on shops.
Of course you did. Because you buy the horror movies.
Man, this movie is awesome. It's like got some great creepy special effects that I hope you're going to tell us how they did them.
Mr. Monkey said sounds cutting off and on.
Oh my God. What is happening here?
How, everybody else out there, how does this sound?
We're getting a thumbs up over there.
How does this sound?
Sound. It's the silence.
It's the sound.
The sound of silence. Oh.
fucking.
Yeah. Is it working now? It seems like it's working. I can see the meter. I can see the meter popping. The meter popping and locking, never stopping.
Okay, the sound should be good.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, so this movie, man, it fucking gets going from the get.
Right off the bat.
They show her at work on the phone, working, sounding like Doug at the shop.
Yes, you
Back
can
speaking.
have attachment this afternoon. That's what I say.
And she goes home, kitchen's a mess, dishes on the table.
Well, first she's late to her typing class. She's trying to make something of herself. Single mom.
Mexican kids.
Yeah,
I
two
was
of them
like,
at least.
oh yeah.
Their father Mario disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
I don't know what to do. Like, should I keep talking?
Yeah, I mean,
Should I?
I guess. I don't know. Stupid. It's probably our stupid bit rate's low, or we got something. I can see the meter working, but it's freezing every once in a while, which isn't good.
I want to see. Keep going.
Yeah, see it right there? That
Yeah.
meter right there? See the
Yeah.
meter? It's working, kind of. This is what?
Oh, there it went.
It says he loves Halloween Ends. And you've been hearing that it sucks, huh?
I mean, I usually don't give a shit. I still want to watch it.
I do too. Percio, so was it, did you just say or yesterday or? Let's see. We're going to change this cable out real quick. So
Please hold.
please, it's going to do sign language for the next few seconds. That's God. This is so
He
dumb.
almost cried at the end. So said.
Oh shit. I almost cried because dies. Check. 1, 2. Here. Is it freezing? Is it working? Could just be the computer. Who knows? It may be the stream, not be this thing at all. Is it cutting out? I don't think it's the. That's probably not this. Maybe it needs to be
Please hold.
push in the back. Okay, how was that? Can you hear us? If it's now, it would be the actual stream. May not have very good speed or something.
Me.
Me, check. It is Saturday night. There's probably a lot of people at home. Still bad. Damn it.
Did you unplug it?
Hello? Can you hear me? It's still bad. We're trying to fix it. I really want to talk about raping demons. Not me raping demons, but raping demons.
Yeah, it's cutting.
So what are we going to do, Doug?
It's cutting. That sounds real. It's real bad.
It's real bad. Real bad. Sorry, guys. We're still trying to figure this out.
It might be Twitch. Might be the thing. It's not working at all.
Hello? Let's see if is it still cutting out, guys? Is it still? Is it still cutting out so we can talk about some raping demons? Anyone? Doug? Raping demons, Doug? Doug? Are you there? We may be back, but please let us know. Oh, Doug has that face on. Doug has his... That's his,
I went to smoke some crack.
That's Doug's...
Crack face. We just pretended like the sound was bad so I could go smoke crack.
Crack. Too bad, because y'all missed... Somebody just unloaded a fucking 9mm out there.
Dude, somebody literally just started shooting a lot outside. South side. Oh wait, we're on the northwest side. Northwest side.
Northwest side. I don't even know, where were we? Raping demons. That's where we were.
That rape.
Raping demons.
Okay, so my computer.
So sorry. We are so sorry about that.
My computer is from
2004.
2012, probably. God dang it! The sound went out again.
Anyone?
Is it okay?
Isn't it? Is
okay.
anyone?
Well, we're just gonna keep talking. If it goes out bad enough that you can't hear us anymore, just tell us to F off and turn
We'll
off
F
the
off.
TV
We will
and
totally F off.
report us to Twitch as a crappy stream.
My place is haunted, so I'll go home and go get fucking rizaped by a demon.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to this movie. This movie is called The Entity, and it is from 1982. I don't know how much of this people heard, so I'm just going to go over real quick. It's directed by Sidney Furie, and she was a director. I don't think she's directing anymore because she's probably like 90. But she did a lot of stuff starting in probably, I think, like the 50s or something, but she did a lot of stuff.
How old is she when she directed Anal Raping Demons? AKA the Entity.
You keep saying anal rape, but I don't. There's no like.
Did I fucking download the wrong movie again?
No, but whenever.
Well, you said it came out in 82. The one I downloaded was 2021.
well, what I'm saying is, whenever we were watching the actual movie, you were like, "Oh, there he is. He's cornholing her again," or something like that. I'm like, why do you think all sex involves a bunghole?
I don't know. I've never seen a porno. So that's what I would assume.
I think he might just be vaginally molesting her. This movie's rough. It's literally based on a true story. It's by this lady in L.A. named Doris Bither, who is one of the most studied cases of like paranormal activity, and it was written by Frank Felty, something like that. But he wrote a book about her case because scientists from like UCLA were studying her, and she never received any money from this.
I think that sucks,
which is
man.
like bullshit. They wrote a book about her life and made a movie about her life, and she didn't get any money. She ended up somewhere in Texas after she disappeared, but
I want to go talk to her.
She's dead.
Son of a bitch.
Her kids are still alive, and I think they live somewhere in Texas, according to all my research.
The son was like straight up.
He's like, this shit was real.
Really happened.
I read some of the researchers' papers on Doris, and she was alcoholic, and they said that
I would be an alcoholic too, man.
She was an alcoholic before it started. She had a rough life.
So this was the demons then.
Yeah, those are the demons.
What are we drinking today?
This is called I can't remember.
Fang something?
No.
Shark's tooth?
Something tooth. Yeah. It's like pineapple and lime and cherry and a couple different kinds of rum.
It's pretty good. Once he had half a pound of sugar in mine.
It is a bit tart.
That's what it was. That's sour tart.
Tart. That's what you say. Sour makes it sound bad. You got to say
cheers,
tart.
Percio.
So Frank wrote this book on this, and then like got turned it into a screenplay, and then Sidney directed it. Sidney is also known for being the first director on Neil Diamond's The Jazz Singer.
I fucking love The Jazz Singer.
You just said that today, and I was like, what the hell?
I love
She
The
did
Jazz
not
Singer.
finish the movie. She was actually replaced because that movie was like basically cursed with production problems, and like it had like 20 rewrites, and nobody could get along with anybody, and so
favorite Neil Diamond song?
Mandy? No, it's Barry Manilow. Is he singing that America one? America. That one. That's my favorite one.
I like Forever in Blue Jeans.
I don't know anything about Neil Diamond.
Whenever I pull out my old fucking Jordache jeans from the 70s, bell bottoms, and I put them on.
You just think you're Neil Diamond.
Hell yeah, fucking that song plays in my head. Forever in Blue Jeans.
I'm not a big Neil Diamond fan.
I love Neil Diamond.
I couldn't name any of his songs except for that America one.
Mr. Monkey. That's pretty funny.
But she started directing The Jazz Singer, but then was replaced. But the best thing she did, Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh yeah, Ladybugs.
And then she also did the 3 of the Iron Eagle movies. You know, with
the one is hopefully the one she directed that Lou Gossett won the fucking Academy Award.
Was it one of the first 3? Because if it was, she did it.
I don't know. I think he won for Officer and a Gentleman. He didn't win for Iron Eagle.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think Iron Eagle made it to the Academy.
Iron Eagle made the Academy Awards.
But like
Louis Gossett Jr. in Enemy Mine.
It was like the poor man's Top Gun, but they made 3 of them.
Call it what you want. It was still fucking. My dad would watch him, and I would watch him right next to him.
I bet he had some things to say about that.
The guy in the first Iron Eagle, the young white man, part 2, he dies off instantly. They kill him off.
Cool.
And you're like, what the fuck?
They killed the pilot. So the one of the things that stand out about this movie before we get into the actual scenes of this movie is the cinematography. Dude, it is so good. It is because I didn't remember this when I watched this back in the like 80s. I'm not thinking about stuff like that. You know, I'm just like, whoa, this movie's great. There's some boobs, but watching it now, I'm like, man, like some of the camera angles, like the stuff they did to just make it like be extra scary. The original, I guess, didn't come out in widescreen. It was filmed in widescreen, but I guess it was a different format that they originally put it out in on VHS for they modified it for TV, so that's probably the one I saw originally. The one you have, the 2017 Blu-ray, came out in widescreen in the original anamorphic. So some of the shots, like the bedroom shots when it's first showing
her getting raped,
or not even that, when she first starts hearing sounds and first starts hearing
it's creepy. It's just stuff. Like you just hear like a jar rattle.
Well, like at first it's like it's tilted just a little bit,
so you know something's gonna happen.
And then there's other ones where they're tilted even more. There's the scene where she's walking down the hallway. Whenever they first go back to the house, they kind of like do a tracking shot in front of her, and the kids are still behind her, and they're like pulling focus as they stay on her, like down the hallway, and it's like. But it's also like a weird angle. Man, it's just so good. And so I was like, man, this is a really good cinematographer or DP, whatever. And I was like, I'm going to look to see who it was. Well, it was Stephen Burham, who is Brian De Palma's cinematographer. So this guy did all of Brian De Palma's films.
Like Blowout and...
Everything. Body Double, Snake Eyes. I mean, everything. He did everything. For Brian De Palma. So I was like, oh, no wonder it's...
What's the last movie Brian De Palma did? Is he even alive?
I don't know.
He's such a good man. I was just talking to...
I don't know if he's still alive. I mean, I honestly don't know. Jamie, can you look up, see if Brian De Palma died?
What was his last movie?
What his last movie was? I mean, that's like one of those things I probably should know, but...
Like, you never hear anybody talk about him. It's always Martin Scorsese and...
Dude, Brian De Palma has some great movies. Didn't you just get one? What'd you just get? You just got, Didn't you just get a...
Dress to Kill.
Oh, yeah, Dress to Kill. Yeah, that was... this guy did the hit Dress to Kill, too. He was the cinematographer on Dress to Kill. I saw that on his thing. Oh, man, I want to see Deadstream so bad, Percy. I've watched the trailer like 30 times, and it looks funny. Brian De Palma is still alive. I knew that. Sorry, Brian. I did not know that. Is he still directing films, though? Probably not.
Wait, is he the director that...
Body Double.
That was...
He did Body Double, yeah.
Oh, I thought Jamie said that was his last movie. I was like, holy shit, it's been a while.
No.
Oh, yeah, Body Double. Body Double's awesome, man.
Yeah, this guy was the DP on Body Double as well. And then... I mean, the cast...
which one? Who's Francis Ford Coppola? I was thinking.
Yeah, Francis Ford Coppola.
See, people talk about him and Scorsese and all these other ones, but Domino was good. Did you see Domino?
No.
But not Hit Girl, the fucking
Hit Boy.
No.
Hit Man.
What do you call him? The police hire him to go pick up people with fucking.
Bounty Hunter,
Domino.
I have not seen that. I need to say that.
Really?
Oh, it's got 2 in production. Okay.
It's great.
Okay, so
Domino's great.
Francis Ford Coppola, it just owns wineries now.
Of course he does.
Coppola Winery. They have concerts and stuff there in Napa Valley.
I almost bought some of his wine at Walmart. What does that tell you?
$2 Coppola. So, Barbara Hershey, who we've already said, man, she was awesome in this movie. She was so good.
Snake Eyes was good, Percio.
And I feel like Barbara Hershey, she was in a lot of stuff, but I feel like she never really got the acclaim that I feel like she should have, maybe.
Timmer.
I don't know.
I love Phantom of Paradise. Have you seen Phantom of Paradise?
I can't say I have.
It's good. I should buy that on DVD.
And then Ron Silver is in this, who is
Blue Steel with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Blue Steel, but also I always think of him as the bad guy in Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I seriously don't think I've seen that. I know what it is.
God, it's such a good time travel movie.
He's
a time cop.
But are you sure? Like, does it make sense?
Time travel doesn't make sense at all.
Yes, it does. You know who fixed it? You know who fixed time travel?
It doesn't make sense to me.
But do you know who fixed time travel?
Who?
The Marvel movies.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
when what's his name? Bruce Banner explains it in Endgame or whatever the fuck, which one it was.
I fast forward through all the talking parts on those and just watch the fights.
Well, you don't even watch Disney anymore. We won't get into that, but
Disney sucks. Yeah, see, Jamie doesn't want to talk about time travel either. People don't like time travel.
I do. I fucking love it.
It makes them sad. They don't know what to do.
It's impossible to time travel.
confusing.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
So, say you go back into time.
Okay.
I want to go back into time and I want to
Mhm.
meet my grandma and I want to tell her I love her and
Okay.
before she dies. When you come back to your regular time,
Mm-hmm.
to the present, the Earth is not going to be where it should be because the Earth travels in the solar system. So you're going to be in fucking outer
But that's where
space.
you left from. You left from that spot.
No. But
So
that's not
you
the way it
wouldn't.
works.
So just when you went back in the first place, you wouldn't be in the right spot.
Either way, it's not going to be the same place.
Either way, it's impossible.
No, I don't know,
No,
dude.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
Have you read Genesis?
Star
the
Trek
Lord
2?
created the
Part
heavens
3
and the
where
earth.
they make the Genesis planet
The Genesis planet, yeah, the Genesis machine.
from Star Trek 3 The Search for Spock.
Yeah, time crimes.
Have you seen Time Crimes?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. I heard it's great.
we'll have to watch it.
You like Looper. I thought Looper was great.
Looper was good. Well, I
You just don't like-
love
You just don't like Johnny Depp in that one.
I love time travel movies. It's just like everyone's concept of what happens is all different, and everybody
Back to the
thinks they're
Future
right.
is trash, dude.
Dude, it's the best time travel movie ever.
It's all trash.
Marty McFly.
It's all trash.
What's that noise?
I think somebody's letting the air out of my
So
tires.
nobody, I mean, this wasn't like a real big star-studded cast or anything. I mean, Barbara Hershey, I think, was probably the biggest actress. She had been in a lot up to that point, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it's based on a true story. And where do you want to go with that?
What?
With this story, what do you like about it? I mean, what do you? Why did you want to do this
I
one?
think
You picked this one.
I
so.
picked this one because I think it's fucking terrifying. Watch this shit by yourself, and the scenes where you, like, she knows. It's like she knows it's about to happen.
Dude.
And what I didn't get is why the fuck are they leaving her by herself? She comes home and she's like, I'm gonna take a shower. I'll be like, Mom, I love you. You're my mom, but leave the fucking door open. Don't shut the door. I'll be right outside.
But there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, but I don't know. Shit, help her out or something.
The real Doris Bither, the real lady who this story is based on. There are people that said they saw stuff happen to her. There are people that said they were attacked while trying to help her.
The son had his arm broken.
There are photos they took where there were light orbs floating around her head, but other experts dismissed it as
Fireflies.
as mistakes with their camera equipment. There were, there was all kind of stuff that happened that other people corroborated, and still she was just kind of blown off. She was an alcoholic. She did have 4 kids, not 3, like in the movie. And every one of them were from a different dad. Every one of them had a different dad. I did say she was an alcoholic, right? Yep. She was from an abusive family growing up. The researcher said if she was drinking, the entities were stronger. Like the attacks and the things were actually stronger around her, which... Do you think that it could have been her own psychic power? Actually creating, manifesting something? In real life, not in the movie.
It could have been that cheap Kentucky bourbon she was drinking.
It could have been. Because, like, she actually would get bruises. Like, she would say she was attacked and she would get bruises, just like in the movie.
The only thing that they mentioned in this movie, because she said that it was 3 entities. 2 would hold her down and 1 would rape her. And in the movie, it's a fucking straight up demon. Like I don't know if they changed it into a demon because she said it was just. It made it sound like it to me. made it look like she didn't think it was demons. It was more like just poltergeist.
Yeah.
But in the movie, she actually says, I felt two people holding my legs open.
Yeah.
While the third raped me.
Yeah.
And you can just, like, it's an evil fucking being in the movie.
I mean, I feel like...
But I guess anything that fucking wants to rape you that's out of this world is a fucking demon.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like... It's also... The movie is kind of like she's trying to get these people to believe her, and a lot of them don't want to believe her. They want to help her, but they don't want to believe her. It's like kind of a parable for, you know, like it mirrors real life, like women not being believed in things that are happening to them. But
this was the last movie too, or one of the last movies that, or I guess even in real life, that they used Freudian therapy on her, talking about their sexuality. Well, how was your sex life? Like, did you have any abusive partners? They usually don't use that anymore. Did you read that?
No.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting read.
Yeah, it's a rough
like Freud
movie.
was always like, tell me about your father.
It's like this is actually a scary movie, especially after you look into like what happened in real life and what it's based on. But yeah, man, there's some really cool like makeup or special effects.
Stan Winston's been around forever, dude.
So what did he do? I mean, do you want to like explain that scene? Like what's happening?
So it was a full cast. She was in the bed from the neck down. And it was a full upper body. Maybe her arms were real. And they did the pushing or the pulling on her breast.
Well, so basically what happens is you see her laying in bed, and you see it literally looks like there's a hand rubbing on her body
pushing,
and
grabbing
her boobs and
And that scene's so like awkward because she's into it. She's asleep.
Oh, well, it happens twice. Yeah, in the first time, it's like she's asleep, and so she's
into it. But then she wakes up and realizes she gets so pissed off and destroys her room.
But that's what's crazy is it looks like there's hands pushing on her body, and it's like a fake body, and it looks so real.
Yeah, for 82, it's pretty goddamn real.
Yeah, I mean for all practical, like, you know, they did a lot of really good stuff in the new Invisible Man, but that shit was like all practical effects. And they made it look like a ghost was touching all over her. So it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was all done underneath by pulling, or I don't know how they did it, but it was all underneath.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
The suit. Yeah, that shit was crazy. And the second time it happens, her dude comes home from wherever he's at. That dude's such a fucking dick. Why are the guys in here? They're the fucking older guys. So fucking, they're dickheads. Her best friend is there for her, but the husband's a jerk off, man.
Yeah, Cindy. Her best friend Cindy is like trying to like help her.
Like, you stay with us as long as you want. We're gonna show this demon that he can't just rape your beehole whenever he wants.
See, you went straight to beehole.
I know, that's why I did it.
and then George, the husband's like, "Where's my goddamn coffee?"
Yeah, he's all like,
"Bring me my coffee, woman.
Am I gonna get my coffee?" I'm like,
"Are you gonna jibber jabber all day?"
Fucking dickhead.
Yeah, George is like a dick.
And then fucking her dude, what was his name? That dude's so fucking ugly.
Alex Rocco is the actor's name.
Jerry. That was
Jerry.
That dude is. He's a voice actor too.
He's been in a lot of video games and stuff
But yeah, he's just a dick to her too. Like,
dude, he's kind of a dick. She's like going through some shit, and he's just like wanting to get laid. Like, and then he's like,
"Look what I brought you. It's real silk."
Well,
everything's made of silk now.
She did kind of try to like tell him, you know, she did. He didn't seem like he was actually concerned with her life at all.
It was he was just, I got to go on the road again. When I come back, that's it. I'm done. It's me and you.
And she supposedly had said that before.
You said that right when he asked for the coffee.
That's awesome. I said I like that you're watching this as we're talking about it. So yeah, like
you're gonna have nightmares.
You know, like it's I don't know. It's a sad story. The whole thing's sad. Like she's talking to the psychiatrist and he
doesn't believe her either. He's just a dick.
He's trying to help her.
Yeah, but he thinks she's fucking nuts. Like he always leans toward, we can help you. You can get help.
He thinks she has like mental illness. And I think he's kind of into her in the movie, but he's also like you're having like these episodes like are caused, what about your son's father? Oh, Mario, he like, left. He got started. It was great at first, and then he started getting abusive, and then okay, well, the two girls, like, oh yeah, well, their dad, he was never the kind to be tied down, so he just took off.
That's why he was using the Freudian stuff.
Yeah, and he's like, oh,
maybe it's a manifestation of your bad relationship.
Yeah, and your dad, you said he touched you inappropriately when you were a kid, so you're just manifesting.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb,
bitch.
Dude.
You're manifesting bruises on your skin. I mean, I don't put it past that. I think that the human mind is really powerful, and I do think that you're powerful enough to actually manifest some crazy shit like that. I think that's kind of, me personally, I think that's how like prayer and stuff kind of works, because like you get like all these people believing the same thing, all like thinking for one thing to happen, and it happens.
That's why when you pray to win the lottery, it doesn't happen, because everybody else is praying to win the lottery.
Yeah, you're splitting that up, man. That's why I buy a ticket and I'm just like,
whatever. If I win, I win.
Whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, you say that brain, if you really think about it, we're just a wet mecha suit. Run by a fucking brain with two little optical...
Dude, you mean your brain's just made out of fucking...
meat. Meatloaf.
It's just like
ground beef.
Big glob of freaking cholesterol.
And we have tentacles that we grab stuff with. It's weird. That's all we are. We're just meat sacks. Dude, run by this.
This movie's making me like completely rethink my life.
I know. I don't even. I'm gonna go home and watch Back to the Future.
So they tried. Like, I'm not watching anything more serious than Back to the Future for the rest of my life.
That's it.
Yeah. So like they're trying to help this woman, like different people. She runs into some parapsychologists.
I was just about to say that. She's at a library and they're like, "Oh, look at this one. Look at this one. Crystals for your beehole."
Yeah, and she's like, crystals can go in your beehole. I've seen it before. And they're
That's
like,
how you
what?
energize it.
And so she's talking to them, and that actually happened in real life too. That's how she ran into the researchers. They weren't associated with the doctor in real life. I've read more about this case now that I've watched this movie than I ever thought I would, but they ended up, she did actually meet them at a bookstore while she was looking in those sections, and they happened to be there talking about some of their research, and that's how she got them to start researching her. Everything like what happened in the movie didn't happen, but they did set up a bunch of camera equipment and stuff in her house, and yeah, crazy shit.
The director didn't
Sydney?
Yeah, didn't he?
Hello, Sydney.
He thought they were just a bunch of drugged out wackos.
The director thought that?
Yeah.
Wait, was the director a guy?
Yeah, it was a guy.
Son of a bitch! I said. I think you said woman a while ago just because I said Sydney.
Mm-hmm. But it's a guy.
Okay. I don't know. I don't assume anything.
You don't assume people's identities?
No.
Because you get canceled?
The only Sydney I know is
canceled.
The only Sydney I know is from Scream.
You get canceled?
Oh no, Sidney Poitier. I know him too. Not personally.
Dude, that new Sidney Poitier documentary came out, and I heard it's really, 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 really good. And yeah, when this movie came out, the reviews were so bad. Barbara Hershey was like, "I think I made a big mistake. This might have ruined my career." Yeah.
Why were they bad?
I mean, it's a fucking demon raping a woman.
I mean, there are like 8 rape scenes in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of rape scenes.
Yeah, why are we talking about this movie? There's a lot of rape going on.
I knew it was a rape movie, but it's creepy. It's a fucking creepy movie. That's why, and it's so never been heard of. Like people never heard of this movie.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about movies that should be talked about.
So
So anyway, yeah, they take this. They take this the ghost to court for rape, and he just winds up slipping out.
Well, I mean, in reality, this, I don't know if you knew this or not, but this is actually part one of Ghost Dad. This is actually the Bill Cosby story.
I can see it. I totally fucking see it.
Yeah, he drugged him, ghosted up.
Did you know Dr. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Dr. Phil Schneiderman?
Dr. Dr. Weber and Jerry from the movie, they both died on July 18th.
Why?
Because they made this
year?
July 18th, 2015.
They both died on the same day?
On the same day.
I hope it was this ghost that killed them.
And when they found them, they were found with their butts in the air.
No, they weren't.
I calls it like I sees it.
Nobody would put that in their article.
I would. Wikipedia.
So they try to help her. They take her to, in the movie, they take her to the university, which they don't say is UCLA, but the people who are actually researching her were associated with UCLA. And they set up this big house that's like a clone of her house. You know, they actually bring her furniture and everything. And they have these like crazy liquid helium.
I wonder if that was that part true?
Dude, I couldn't find anything about that. But they were.
I guess it was just good movie.
They were going to try to freeze the entity. They were like, this stuff's so cold that if it has any like mass at all, even like a tiny fragment, it'll freeze it instantly. And in the movie, she's in there and she's ready to die. She's like, I'm ready to die. I don't want to live like this anymore. Like, fucking kill me. Ghost man can kill me. I don't care. And then the ghost takes control of the, like, helium cannons and starts shooting them at her. And somehow she doesn't get frozen, but then it blows up the tanks. And it
all comes down and it entraps him.
Yeah, the entity actually gets frozen.
And there's this crazy, shitty-looking iceberg.
Well, that was a kind of a bad miniature.
It was terrible. You could see the green screen.
Well, you could tell that it was a miniature and like the way that like the things were moving and stuff, and it didn't look that good. And like, but then it was just this big block of ice, and it starts cracking, and then they're like, it escaped from us.
It's in there.
Yeah.
We have nothing now, and the doctor's like, no. Did you see it? We saw it. We have something.
But even when they said, did you see it? The other doctors are like, or the other people are like, I don't know what I saw. Because they don't want to believe. And that was like
I'm sorry, if I see some shit like that, I'm going to be like, there was a fucking demon in an ice cube.
Well, and that's kind of like the thing that the lady struggled with in real life is that, Mrs. Blither, is that no one ever believed her. And there were just a few people that believed her, and even when they got what they called proof, and because in real life, the daughters also said they were like thrown around and attacked. I think one of the researchers tried to help her one time, and he got like shoved around. It was like kind of crazy stuff. Like, you know, if they're all...
Yeah, the son in real life got his arm broken.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in the movie where she literally gets raped on the sofa in front of all the kids.
Yeah.
And he tries to intervene, and Hector, the demon, throws his ass and breaks his wrist. Well, he actually broke his wrist in that scene.
What?
In real life. And the curtains, if you look, they say the curtains get ripped off the wall. That wasn't supposed to happen. They don't know how they got ripped in half.
I don't know if that's true or not.
It is.
I'm one of the skeptical doctors. I don't know
Wikipedia.
You know what? I could go on Wikipedia
I know, I'm just
right
playing.
now
I'm just playing. It wasn't even on Wikipedia.
My name is Doug, and I was there.
Douglas. You
My
go by
name is
Douglas.
Douglas.
Douglas on Wikipedia.
Yeah, on Wikipedia, I go by Douglas.
And yeah, they were like, we don't know how he broke his wrist on the set. I'm like, did you see that throw? You threw his ass across the living room.
Yeah, you threw him across the living room.
What do you mean you don't know how his wrist got broken?
His wrist.
You broke his fucking wrist. It wasn't Hector.
But
so that was a big, there was something on set. No, that shit was chaotic. Of course shit's gonna break and get ripped off the walls.
So after she comes back from that experiment where they're trying to capture the thing, she comes into the back to her house.
And she's walking around. It's all empty.
Yeah, because all her furniture's back at the experiment, which got destroyed. And the door slams, and what happens?
This fucking demonic voice tells her, "Welcome home, cunt."
It goes, "Welcome home, cunt."
That was pretty good.
Thanks. I remember.
And she's like, I'm going to go ahead and leave the keys right here. I'm going to go ahead and peace out.
Yeah, and before we watched this, I remember I told you, I was like, yeah, doesn't the ghost like call her a bitch at the end? But man, no, he threw out the whole C word at her. I'm like, holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah,
that part's creepy as shit.
In my mind, I mean, I saw it when I was a teenager probably, but in my mind, I was like, I thought he said welcome, or he said something, he called her a bitch at the end, but yeah, he calls her the straight up C word.
Fucking C word. He don't give a fuck.
C word.
That's when you realize maybe this guy isn't such a good guy.
Who, the raper?
The demon.
The demon raper. Yeah, and also, like, you know, why would you take advantage of a single mom like that?
I know.
Especially one with a smile as nice as Barbara Hershey's.
She's so gorgeous, dude. Barbara Hershey's gorgeous. Did you know there's a Bollywood film called Hawa based on this?
No.
We need to find it.
No, I didn't know that.
2003.
That's amazing. I bet it.
And they start singing and shit. I know. Bawa. B-A-W-A.
Yeah, I bet they start dancing and the fucking ghost appears and starts dancing next to them, and it's all like fucking in yellow and blue and bright colors.
They said this movie didn't make a lot of money. It's because Poltergeist and E.T. came out at the same time.
Was this really the same time as E.T.? Was E.T. was 82? Was E.T. 82?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I was thinking E.T. was like 84. I don't know.
I still remember when I saw E.T. Dude,
I do too. I remember exactly where I was sitting.
That shit blew my mind, dude.
I remember exactly where I was sitting.
That's a real fucking alien on the screen. I mean, I was 18, 19 at the time, but I was like, that looks like a real alien. And then when they show him all white in the river, I'm like, no,
it's so sad.
E.T. gonna die.
He did. E.T. did. Whenever I remember exactly where I was sitting in the theater, and it sucked because we got there and I like to sit a little closer to the front. And when we watched E.T., we got in there and the line was so long and so many people we got like maybe the third row from the very back. And it was close enough that like when people opened the door, you'd like a light hit you because it was one of those shitty theaters. That theater's not there anymore. That's the theater I grew up in.
Do you remember
Mall.
Do you remember when theaters used to be fucking huge?
Yeah.
You remember that? You'd have to go down the middle aisle and there was rows on both sides.
Yeah.
Now you go into a theater and there's the biggest one is like maybe 150 seats, if that.
Well, the E.T. we saw was playing in multiple theaters, so we actually watched it in one of the smaller theaters, which was small by those standards. It had one row down the middle and you split both ways. But some of the theaters there had like 2 aisles and like seats on, so it had 3 sets of seats with 2 aisles, and they were huge. They were freaking huge, and yeah, that's the theater I grew up in. And then I ended up meeting the owner's daughter, and we used to go there and get to watch free movies and hang out on the roof.
That's awesome.
We would like go in and watch movies after hours, and because she knew how to run the machines and everything. It was really cool.
Sid said she never seen E.T.
You would know if you saw E.T.
You would know.
You would know.
The little disabled woman they used to play him. for the walking scenes. I'm serious, dude. I have a Fangoria, dude. I've seen her.
Little disabled woman?
Yes.
Why was she disabled?
She didn't have it. She had like ET feet. Like for real. I'm not even playing.
So
yes.
she like fit in the suit better.
That's actually her in the kitchen and shit when he's walking around. That's her in there.
I thought it was Warwick Davis.
Hey,
Willow.
Stop it.
Hello, I'm Willow.
Oh God. I think I'm gonna go to a convention, comic book convention, just so I can meet him, so I can punt him across the fucking room.
Who, Willow?
Yes.
Why? Why do you hate Warwick Davis so much?
Because his arms are too long.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it does. Look that bitch up later.
No, I'm saying you hate
I don't give a
based
shit
on how they look.
So, I don't care. I can hate who the fuck I want to hate. That little motherfucker has long ass arms. I don't like it. He frightens me.
Oh man, that's sad.
No, it's not. It's sad. It's gonna be sad when I only get to. No,
Yeah,
I
Jamie
doubt
said,
it.
what if he's super nice?
I seriously doubt it.
You know what? I'm gonna like do everything I can now to like, if our channel ever gets big enough to get Warwick Davis on, and you're gonna have to like.
That's the show I won't be on.
That's messed up, man.
I mean, I'd come by just so I can see his little feet.
This is why our show works, because like I love Warwick Davis and you hate Warwick Davis.
I fucking hate him, dude.
But that's like kind of like how we are about a lot of stuff.
We're the real life Siskel and Ebert.
I know. You're freaking Ebert. That dude's mad about everything all the time.
It's because I'm old now. When I was younger, I loved everything. Warwick Davis, he's so cute. Those long arms. He looks like a little something.
You know what's
a
funny?
little something.
Is I've never noticed the long arms, but now I need to go like look to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, when he's all oh man, I don't even want to picture it. It's frightening, dude.
Yeah, Timmer says you have a little problem. A little problem?
Oh, shit. Lyric is in the house.
Lyric's going to get upset because she loves Warwick Davis.
No, she does not.
I think she does.
No, Sid, you need to keep watching it.
Just watch it to the end.
Watch it to the end.
And just remember, Sid, that in real life, she never got rid of the ghost. She died.
She died still being raped.
And that's fucked up. Like to her death, she was still being haunted by this. They
decreased in intensity, but it still happened.
Yeah.
Larry just got home from set.
Wow. She's pop. She's
can't wait to discuss what we have big plans with the Lyric and movie student film she's gonna do. We'll be talking about that soon.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yes, it's a good movie. It's rough. I mean, I think like this is one of those kind of movies that if you'd ever experienced sexual,
it would be a trigger. Like,
yeah, definitely.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough, but it's also.
It didn't trigger me till like the 10th time. It reminded my uncle.
Yeah.
When he
Mine was like a dude that was just at the daycare that was like a teenage kid,
but it's cool. I forgive him because he taught me how to ride a motorcycle. Oh, and he taught me how to French kiss. I didn't know about French kissing. Maybe to you, but maybe to you. Mm-hmm. That's so sad. I don't think it's sad, Sid, that he taught me how to French kiss. Mm-hmm. I was going to say, it's funny because Barbara Hershey. Barbara Hershey was in this movie fighting off a demon, and then later on, she played the mom in Insidious.
Fighting off a demon.
With her son fighting off a demon.
Yeah. What was her name in that? Laura Lan? What was her name in that?
Laurelyn?
Laura Lane? Lorraine? Lornina? Laura Nada?
Right, Lyric, what do you want me to stop for? I have to let it. My therapist said, let it out.
I'm going to tell you my real stories about my abuse as a child.
Let it out.
And then you're going to feel sad.
Why does Sid hate us?
So you're just ignoring me right now. You don't want to hear about my real life.
So that scene,
Yes.
So it was used in Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was used in Inglourious Bastards. They forgot to put that it was used in The Entity.
What scene?
I mean, what do you mean?
The sound?
The sound.
Where did you read this stuff?
Don't worry about where I read it. It was used in Inglourious Bastards, and it was used in Nightmare on Elm Street. He came up with it. They forgot to say that they used it in Maximum Overdrive.
Who forgot to say?
They forgot.
Look.
That's it. I'm done.
Okay,
I'm done.
This is like a big argument that me and Carlos have had about this movie. There is a part. Yeah, exactly. There is a part in this movie where some scary shit's happening, and there's like some string stabs going, which to me is just like a typical horror movie thing. They've been using it ever since Psycho.
Sid, it's on the internet, so it's true.
They've been using string stabs like that ever since the shower scene in Psycho.
Not the same. That is not the same.
It's just string stabs saying...
It's the exact same one in Maximum Overdrive.
It's the exact same one, and you have proof of that.
No, but it's the exact same one that it says right here.
On your iPad.
On mylies.com on Wikipedia.
Well, what I want to know is, who was this the sound designer that did this?
Charles Berkowitz.
Is Charles Berkowitz the sound designer?
Bernstein's. Composer Charles Bernstein.
But he wasn't the composer for this movie.
Score. He scored the movie.
This one?
Yes.
Are you sure? Jamie, please look up to see who the composer on this movie was. Please. Quickly. Charles Bernstein. You're correct. He also did Nightmare on Elm Street, Cujo, and Rumpelstiltskin. I remember now. He did all three of those movies that I can think of.
Who?
Charles Bernstein. Maybe Bernstein. I think it's Bernstein. I think it's Charles Bernstein.
Who's Bernard Herrmann, Timmer?
So wait, so you're saying he reused his own material on more than one movie that he did? He didn't just change it a little bit.
Further excerpts from the original score by Charles Bernstein of this film can be heard in the original version of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, he ripped off Bernard. I mean, it's just string stabs.
So maybe to you, Doug, but it's not the same.
Did he do
Snow Vanilla Isis? Dung, 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 dung.
Oh,
compared to...
That's the same song.
Under Pressure.
That's the same song.
Dun, 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 dun. No, it's a dun, 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 dun.
See, Psycho started it. I agree with Timmer. Timmer is on my side here. Psycho did
I'm not gonna fight you on that. It did. It does sound like the Psycho theme, but it's not the same.
So, but you're saying that...
That's it, I'm done.
You're saying the string stabs from Nightmare on Elm Street and the string stabs from Maximum Overdrive. Did he do Maximum Overdrive too?
It's not on there. They forgot to put it. But it's in Inglourious Bastards and in Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's in Inglourious Bastards? Where is it in Inglourious Bastards? I'm going to watch all three of these movies.
I guess with the part with the Jew bear. Has to be that part.
Now I'm going to watch all these.
Sid, I was supposed to tattoo Vanilla Ice after one of his shows.
Who's Vanilla Ice? Oh, Rob.
But he was being such a fucking diva and wanted to go party at a club and expected me to wait around. Tell Carlos I'll be there at 4.
Were you like, all right, stop?
No, I was like, dude, I'm not waiting around till 4 o'clock.
I'm not collaborating with you at 4 in the morning.
Just to put a fucking...
Listen.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not waiting around till 4 in the morning just to tattoo you. Kill Bill 2. 2 or 2?
There is no Kill Bill 2. There's Kill Bill Volume 2. This is getting all messed up. This is getting so messed up. Well, I think the string stabs obviously started with Vanilla Ice, but oh my god, Psycho used it. I like totally lost control of that long thing.
He only said that because we're watching The Entity.
I know.
You know that demon was hung like a fucking beast, right?
She said at one point he was real big.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. The way she said it, it was kind of like, are they trying to like? That's some double entendre stuff. Like the way they said it, it was literally like
he was real big.
I think, like.
And then he starts talking again, and she was like,
"No, he was huge,
big." Like, you know, when you go out and you're like, "That's a big Winnebago." You see a Winnebago on the street, and you're like, "That's a big Winnebago." Big like that.
What I do want to do is look these up and just see. It was the same composer, so he may have just completely ripped himself off, but he may have also like kind of had it be very, very similar to his other ones.
I mean, it's probably not, but fuck, it sounds exactly like it in Maximum Overdrive.
Well, I think that probably...
And you know what?
Here's the thing is, if it's the same composer, Bernstein, if he did that and he was like, okay, the stabs work, the string stabs works. The problem is composers will start falling into... The composers will start falling into things where they're like, they just naturally start writing in the same key. So if he's like, oh, I'm going to do these string stabs in this, there's a big chance that he's not going to go back and be like, oh, what key and note did I use for that? And he's just like, okay, I'm going to have a French
Jamie,
horn.
he didn't do them. They used excerpts from his...
So you're saying they sampled them?
Yeah, they used excerpts from this soundtrack, from this score.
That seems crazy.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
That's some lazy-ass shit. But he did do Nightmare on Elm Street. So he might have done it in Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, see, Jamie said that. Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. He did Cujo. He did Nightmare on Elm Street. He did Carlos's favorite film, Rumpelstiltskin. Did you like that one?
I downloaded the wrong one.
It's a fucking terrible movie.
I downloaded Rumple Foreskin. Don't ask me these things, Doug. You know what you're going to get.
I know what the... Dude, how about that CGI whenever the kid gets electrocuted?
That was CGI? That looked pretty fucking good.
It did look pretty good for, like, the time. Yeah.
But the Ice Cube...
What's
that? What's downloading problems?
You're always downloading the wrong movie.
Oh, yeah. It's because I don't spell too very well.
You don't spell too very well? That's why you didn't know if Timur was saying two or two.
Yeah, I was like, "What's the difference?"
Well.
I don't know what that is.
No, man, this is a good movie, but it's like
that's the only
her acting is really good in it. I think
the only thing I hated about this movie was the score.
Really?
That ruined it. That fucking stab strings ruined that for me.
But it only ruined it for you because you're thinking about other movies.
No, it's not that. Even if I didn't even know that it sounded like Maximum Overdrive, it just doesn't sound right.
You know what's weird?
It ruins it. It ruins the... She's getting fucking raped by a demon. It's all... No, it should have been like...
That's what made the shower scene in Psycho.
That's different. That's fucking Psycho. She's getting stabbed. She's not getting fucking...
She was getting stabbed too.
Whatever. That's the only thing... Shut the fuck up. I just got that. That's the only thing I can say I hate about this movie is the score. I mean, the rest of the movie's great, but just the scenes where that's happening, it just ruins it for me.
Dude,
it sounds like a joke.
The thing to me that I don't like about this movie is like realizing that it's a true story, and even if there was no actual demon, that lady was like highly tormented.
Fuck yeah, Timur! It's a date film.
I mean, there's boobs. There's Mr. Bubble. There's bathtub. And do you think Mr. Bubble paid to be in that?
Probably.
Yeah.
The shower scene's the worst.
Oh my God, the shower scene is literally the worst scene. Like to me, that's the worst scene. Yeah, that's just crazy.
When he slams her up against the wall face first,
man.
You can't tell me that's not cornholed.
That's the first time I heard you say it when we were watching it, and I was like, oof, 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 oof.
Cornhold means romantic.
It does not. Well, I think the best thing about this movie, I think that her acting is good.
If it wasn't for her, I don't think the movie would have made it.
I think her acting is really good, and then the cinematography, dude. The cinematography in this thing,
you can actually tell when something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, they set it up and they make it feel really creepy. They just the camera angles and the blocking, everything makes it really brings out the really creepy feel of it. And that's one of the things, I think that's probably my favorite thing about it, is because the dude, man, that Ron Silver's character, the doctor, dude, he's a sympathetic character. He's sympathetic to her, and you think he's this really good guy, and he's actually trying to help her, but man, he just doesn't get it. He doesn't get what's happening.
Till at the very end, he sees it.
Yeah, but even at that point, he's kind of does he still believe it? Who knows? It's crazy. But it's a good movie. I think that definitely I suggest this to people, but with reservations, because I do think that if someone was a victim,
you will be in the shower after this movie,
dude,
curled up in a ball.
Yeah, is it hot water or cold
hot water?
Hot water going. Yeah.
Just like me.
Crying. Glass of Chardonnay. Yeah, but, other than that, I think that's probably why it didn't, and it's not like it's graphic. The scenes aren't graphic.
They don't show her naked at all. They only show her naked when she's in the bed getting her boobs felt up.
No. When she gets in the tub for just a second.
Oh, yeah, they show her butt.
They show her butt and her boobs.
But just real quick, but nothing graphic.
Yeah.
But as far as the rape scenes, you don't see anything.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The rape scenes, it's all centered on her face and her emotion, and which is good, but it's also, if something like that happened to you in real life, this would probably be terrifying to you. So, because the very first time, she doesn't realize.
Because he puts a pillow over her face.
She doesn't realize it's a ghost. She gets thrown to the bed and a pillow's over her face, and she's like, "What?"
So when it stops, she's like, "Where is he?" Look, search the house.
Yeah,
that shit's terrifying.
You know what I didn't understand at the very beginning. This really has nothing to do with the full plot or anything, but when she comes home from night school, she comes in, the door's open, or the refrigerator's open, there's dishes everywhere, it's a mess. She goes out to the garage, and her son is working on a car. And she had picked up this letter and read it, and you don't see what's in the letter. And she's kind of showing it to the son, and he's like, that's nothing to be worried about. But they don't ever say what that letter was about at all. It was just
probably bills or something to make it.
Yeah, it was
just
really
to make you think, oh shit, they're hurting.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird. They were actually, the real family was living in a condemned house illegally. Fuck. That's how fucked up their family was.
They cut out a whole scene where she has an ancestral. Yeah, with the son.
Her dad? Oh,
no, with the son. They cut it out. They left it out of the book. They left it out from the book.
What the fuck?
Yeah. They were like, oh, we're going to go ahead and not put that in the movie. I told you, right? There was a lot of sexual tension. You know what I mean? You can kind of but yeah, there was a scene that they were going to put in, and they decided not to.
That's creepier than the ghost.
Yeah, I guess the demon makes her fantasize about her own son, and they have there's a scene with him, but
not in real life, but in her mind.
In her mind, the demon. But I think it would have thrown the movie off. I'm kind of glad they left it off.
It would have, for sure. it would have definitely like changed some stuff. But oh man. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I'm thinking I'm done talking about this rapey ass story.
I think I'm gonna have to go home and take a shower.
I know. I want to scrub really hard with some Dove. Do you like Dove? It makes your skin really soft. It's a moisturizing bar.
I like some of their chocolate's good, but the white chocolate.
It's a different thing.
Their white chocolate's terrible.
I like the little Dove squares that are the dark chocolate.
No, the bigger white bars.
I haven't had
chocolate
those.
Bars.
Not so friendly, Ghost.
Yeah.
Jamie, will you pull up our upcoming? Because I can't remember what we got coming up right now. I know it's a bunch of more rapey stuff.
Tomorrow's Street Trash.
Dang. Street Trash, there's some rape. Mother's Day, there's definitely some rape. Burning, there's some sexual misconduct. Good Lord.
Jesus H. Christ.
Pumpkinhead, there's not a rape, but there's a nice, like...
Street Trash tomorrow, I'll probably
ripping a
tune in for like 30 minutes tops.
Dude, Street Trash, I don't even know how to talk about that movie. That shit's fucked up. How many endings were in 28 Days Later? There were three that they released. 2 were on the North American. 2 were actually in the theater in North America. And then there was an extra one that was kind of a mix of both of the other endings. And then there was another one that they...
That really makes me happy that she's watching these movies.
Yeah, there was another one. There was a concept ending that was never actually filmed. It was just storyboarded out. But I don't remember what that one was. So, but yeah, if you see the regular movie, the North American version, it actually shows you the second ending. It says like, what if, like, but I think that's like, I don't know if it's after the credits or if it's, because on the DVD it's not on there, but when I saw it in the theaters, it showed both of them. So I don't know.
Whatevs.
The original ending was not a happy ending to 28 Days Later. So that's why they had to go back, because it tested horrible. Real horrible.
Oh, shit.
Dude, that's awesome, Timmer. That's cool. Yeah, man, Street Trash. Rough movie.
I like how Timmer calls penises hogs. He's bringing it back. Or he's probably never lost it.
Street Trash, we just had a friend that I got to watch it, because Street Trash is streaming right now. Street Trash is streaming right now on YouTube for whatever reason, just on YouTube, and which is crazy because it's like a kind of messed up movie. It's a super messed up movie.
It's not that bad,
dude.
Have you seen bum fights? That's bad.
That's a true story. That's real though. I'm talking about
it's a movie.
Yeah. There's like some mutilations. There's a guy who sleeps with a dead body in this thing.
All right.
And contracts a venereal disease because of it.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that tomorrow. So
yeah, what do you think? Is this?
I think that's probably a wrap.
Rap-a-tap-tap.
Rap-a-tap. So, Sid, if you're into watching these movies, Street Trash is on YouTube right now, and it's man, it's a rough one. It's a sleaze.
It's not that bad.
What are you talking about? When was the last time you watched it?
I just saw it. It's not that bad, dude.
Dude.
It's really not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
White folks.
It's got some rapism.
I grew up in Street Trash.
It's got some rape. It's got some killing your fellow bum for no reason.
I mean, they're bums, you know?
I know. It's rough. So, but I think on that note, we should get out of here. And thanks everyone for tuning in. And bye.
Viper.
And get yourself a bottle of Viper for tomorrow night.
Thanks, Amanda Can't Stand Ya, for following.
Oh, yeah.
And
Thanks.
Lady Death Ride. I like that.
Yeah, we got some new followers in the last little while.
I like that a lot.
Thank you so much. And
when we get to 150, man, it's going to be a jammer.
We're giving away Killer Tattooist DVD. I'm going to send that to somebody.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I think we're good.
Thanks for everybody that tuned in.
Yeah. Come back tomorrow. Tune in.
Later, Gator.
And talk shit.
Bye.